Hi you guys, this is Gwendolyn, and for today's video I'm going to show you guys how I made a cappuccino on a very reasonably priced machine. That was good. Okay you guys, so what I did was to have a quicker option to make cappuccinos. You guys know I always make them on the more pricier machines, like one of them are back there, the semi-super automatic. I think I called it a Gajia. It's a Gaja.
Gaja?
It's Gaja something. I said Gajia, whatever. But it's the Platinum back there, and then I have a Francis. I have the Keurig View and the Keurig Revo. But the View doesn't make the espressos. It's a coffee machine. But this is a coffee machine that Mr.Coffee that makes cappuccinos with using espresso style drinks. It's kind of cool, and it's really cheap. Well, cheap. It's really reasonably priced. It's about, I think this machine was like $30 something just like at my local Target. So just showing you it works. It still was really good.
I actually see that all the time at Target and Walmart.
I thought about getting one a while ago because I know I have so many machines, but I go through a lot more prep with the other ones, and they take, like these for instance, they take, like the Revo, for instance, takes these pods and things like that. These little, I've shown it before, they take these. So if I'm out of these little pods, I don't use my Revo at all because I can't. And then it's like, and I can't refill these, just for the record, because the machine punctures it like with, I don't know how many holes on the top and bottom.
On the bottom. A
bunch of holes, so I can't reuse these. So that means I don't get a espresso using that machine. Then if I don't have pods, the semi-automatic is fine to use. It has a grinder built in and things like that, but I have to pull out the brew head and things like that and clean it. We'll rinse it mostly, and then I have to consider descaling and things like that, so I try not to use it all the time. And the other one is just, it's the same difference. It's like espresso. It takes the heating mechanism a little bit slower. So this is quicker than some of the other ones. And like I said, the View doesn't do espressos at all. It just does different types of coffee. Doesn't do cappuccinos and things. I know. Anyway. So, but what I'm going to do is, I've already had some coffee grounds here. I already did that, so I don't have to do that on camera to use the machine. I'll show you guys what comes with this really quickly too. Okay, what comes with the Mr.Coffee is you get your measuring little container like this. This little container has, you can't see them very well, but it has the levels that you fill to fill it in here. In the top is where your water goes. But this comes with it. This cup right here came with that. I don't know, some of them have like the double steamer. They have a steamer double pot, a little pot that come with some of them, I think. But mine came with a little cup here. Came with that. It came with this little measuring spoon here, and I think that's it. Oh no, wow, it came with the portafilter. This, I'm not sure, but this may be like a 51, 52, 53, I'm not sure the size of the portafilter. Some of them are like the standard, the really larger one. I think the largest, they come are like this. Let me show you really quickly. It's a 58. This is a 58, so you can see a little bit of the difference. And this one, it doesn't have it on there, but this one I think is maybe like a 51, 52, 50, something like that, the little portafilter. That's where you put your coffee grounds, of course, to put in the machine. But and this one is stainless steel. This one is just like metal, like I think they call it like a type of a metal. It's not super expensive, but you know, it gets the job done. But that. So those come with, and this one has the little flipper, I call on here. So when you're dumping out your grounds like that, you hold onto this so this part here doesn't come out.
Okay.
Out of the portafilter. And this has a single hole on the bottom. I don't think, but it's still, this one gives, if I'm not mistaken, it still gives me the measurement of a double, like a double shot. You fill it according to here, you measure for 2 or 4 of your espresso shot sizes are measured on this container here, but it just comes out of a single hole. Sometimes you have them like have doubles on the bottom, like that's where you can see the sprout. That, like you can fill 2 espresso shots
at once.
Yeah, see, like that. Some of them are made like that. This one does not have it like that, but it still serves the same purpose. As far as how much the quantity that you're getting. So, got that to go with it. So, what I'm going to do right now, first of all, I use a separate grinder because it doesn't do the grinding itself. Okay, so I use the Compresso. This is not very expensive. This one is not. But I got it because I just needed to have a grinder. But it's my understanding when you're doing espressos and things like that, even on a lesser expensive machine, as my understanding, the quality of the grinder matters because that's like the first introduction of the type of the quality of the coffee beans that you're going to push through the machine. So how you grind them and things like that does matter. So just saying that, it does matter. But I already had some pre-ground in here. So I did that already. I already grind it. And this is a burr grinder, meaning it's a little bit, it makes the aroma, it makes the flavor of the espresso, the flavoring of the beans, whatever, the way it grinds it, it makes it better, as my understanding. So the burr grinder is like a hard type of a plastic. I don't know what they would call it, but I'm looking, it's like a plastic type of cutlery going on versus using metal. The blade is not metal. Metal blades tends to heat the beans as it's cutting them, so that changes the flavoring of the beans, just saying. So the grinder does matter, so I'm talking a little bit more about a grinder. There are way better grinders than this per se. This is a good one, but there are great ones. Your grinder does matter. As my understanding, looking through all the different, reading up on things, watching videos, everything, everybody swears by the grinders. Because that's, like I said, the first introduction, the quality of the type of product that you're pushing through a cheaper machine or, well, less expensive machine. This is my pre-ground coffee beans that I have here, and I grind these. This is the actual measuring cup that came with Mr.Coffee. I think I showed you guys the wrong one. This one has a little bit of a flat part on the bottom.
Oh, I see. Because
when you're filling, and to make espressos, you guys, I know people know, but while I'm doing this, I'm going to just say it. You need to put it on a fine grinding. It makes your espresso a little bit, the type of the product is a little bit softer, and grind is like really fine grind versus coffee grinding. I know people may know, but I'm over here. I'm just going to show you really quickly the difference. This is the one I showed you at first, but I picked up the wrong one. This is for coffee.
But you're able to tell because of how it's
this is for espresso. Can't you tell this is a little bit, this is bigger, the chunks are bigger in this one than this one.
One looks like sand, the other looks like dirt.
It's like, even the way this is so powdery. It's like almost like powder, the espresso fine grind, and I did it with this grinder. This one is the coffee one. It's just bigger. It's just bigger flakes. Coffee takes the bigger flakes. That's why you put it on coarse and things like that for the coffee. And put it on fine. I may have it on coarse because the last thing I grind was the coffee. So anyway, just have to say that for people that don't know. It's a huge difference in the way they function and everything. Because coffee usually, their grind usually sits inside of a filter, and you're just pushing water, whatever, going over the product and getting it's almost like getting steam off of a product, and that's what you're drinking. It's the way I think about it. It's almost like drinking steam. If you steam something and that you're collecting the liquid, it's almost like that with coffee, to be honest. With espresso, you're like squeezing out the product. It's like if you squeeze out a cloth. That's what you're drinking. You're squeezing that bean to. That's why.
Sense.
So anyway, had to say that. But this is the one it came with because this is made for like this to be like a tamper. For people that don't know what a tamp is, I'll show you another one while I'm talking about that really quickly. This is a tamp. And that's just a way to make your product, your coffee, sit in your portafilter a little bit compact. Not too compact, but it matters how it's put in there and how water runs through the portafilter to get the best solution coming through. But for this one, I just barely do that. Typically, you would tamp a little bit more. See, I compact it. All I'm doing is tamping, it's compacting. Same thing, but they call it a tamp. So that's why that's made like that, I believe. No one told me, it's just me guessing, because it did not come with a tamp. And if it's a espresso machine, you have to usually tamp your product. So so anyway, I put this on here. Let me move this on you guys this way. And this is like, you put it up under there and lock it in place for this one. And you can feel when it's locked, they have it here. But then I turn it on from there, and I turn it on the brew here. It should light up. Is it lighting up? Okay, I turn it on the brew. That's the first thing it asks me to do. It'd be smart to put a cup under there. It's weird doing things like with it facing away.
Exactly.
It just totally is. I already put water. I measured the amount I want, and I put it up to this point where it says steam on here because I'm going to do a cappuccino, and I want to steam my milk and move some things out of the way. These are just some extra things I used. It did not come with all of this, of course. For $35 or $30-something.
Wow.
It's still good. I like the fact that it's that reasonably priced, but it works really well. And it's going to start brewing in a little while, but you usually put your portafilter in first, then you start the brew, and it's only brew and steam on this. But this one, I'm telling you, it's Mr.Coffee, hooks it up. I'm going to show you this little, man, you go Mr.Coffee! That was maybe 30 seconds or something. It could have been a little bit less.
Can you rotate the machine just a little bit for me?
Okay, see it's...
There you go.
Can you see it brewing?
Yes, ma'am.
And then I think, I don't know if it's perfectly measured itself, but I usually just go ahead and turn it off. Myself, I usually just go ahead, when I look at the amount I want in my cup, I'll go ahead and turn the button, the knob button. I turn the knob off. That's what I do. So I'm going to turn it on off. I'm going to show you what's in here in a little while. I'm going to put everything in this glass container. But for right now, I'm just going to let this sit. And it's good to heat your cups and things like that. This is not a warm anything that I know of, a warmer. So it's good to heat things up. You know, I can leave this sitting there. No, I better move it or make a mess. But it's in there, the espresso. I'm going to show you once I put it in there. So put that to the side. Now we're going to steam some milk really quickly on this tiny little thing. Oh, look you guys! I got some Home Chef is who I guess now. I got Home Chef now. I'll tell you guys about them later. They are so good. I was doing the other company, Blue Apron, and I just changed because this one, I'm not saying the other one isn't, it's all organic. And I didn't have to worry about whether or not I was specifying or not. But I don't know today. It could be a difference even with, you know,
Yeah.
Apron. I don't know. And this is I'm getting ready to froth some milk. So I got the milk in here, I measure it up to a certain point, but this didn't come with it, so it doesn't matter. And I'm going to turn on steam now. And I'm frothing my milk. Wait a minute, I gotta get it squared away. It's a way that you get this little thing, this super like inexpensive product can do that much. It's like, and people that know when you use the steam wand, I kept adjusting because I have a little hole in the top that actually froth the milk. First you do, it's like it pushes bubbles through first. It's like it starts the frothing process, then with the little, it's a hole at the top of this. That means when it starts actually heating the milk. So I'm just trying to do it sideways where you guys can see it, and it's a sound that we listen for, like I could tell when I'm doing it correct or not. I had to get the feel, and it's getting warm under my hand when it gets too hot to hold. This is just like any other. When I'm done using the steam wand, I clean it out like that. Just turn steam back on, and it releases the pressure off of the heating system in here. Keep from messing up the little heating whatever it is.
That's a good note to
yeah, you
add.
steam, just pop it when you're done. Wipe it off. I did it earlier while Lexi was regrouping. Lexi wasn't feeling well, you guys. She was feeling dizzy or something. And so we're going to try to hurry up and see what's going on. But I cleaned this off. I took this part off completely. Wiped it off. Always, always, always wipe these off with a wet cloth. Always. That milk will start drying on here quickly.
Because it's hot. Right?
It's hot. And there are higher quality machines that won't have the same issue. But this one is not one of those. It's like I said, it's really reasonable price. So definitely, as soon as you get done, it's going to burn on there. It's going to cook on there. I put it like that. It's going to stink or whatever. So this is the espresso we made. I'm going to put a little bit of my favorite caramel syrup in here first at my bottom of my glass container. I'm using this so you guys can see. This is the espresso shot that I use, but it's been sitting for a second, and that matters. That takes away a lot of the crema on the top or whatever, the crema I think it's called. It takes away a lot of that the longer it sits, but it is what it is. And this is the milk that I froth.
So pretty.
And it's like I kind of rushed it, but it will make a cappuccino. I could have done 1,000% better, but we had to deal with Lexi wasn't feeling well, so I stopped for a little while. But it will make a cappuccino.
Ta-da!
With this. I transferred this because this size won't fit up under there, so that's why. And then when it warms up a little bit, when I'm done, I just unplug my machine, let it just relax for a few seconds, then take the portafilter out and rinse everything off, and boom, there we go. And it could go a lot quicker. I'm just talking through it. It's really quickly.
I know you make them really fast. When I'm here, you yawn only for a second.
Yeah, it goes really quickly. And I just took a moment because, like I said, we stopped for a second, and I didn't show the best of the espresso. I could have done it way better, but just showing you it does make it quickly. And you could put, if you like whipped cream or something on here, let me show you. One of the things that I do sometimes, get a whipped cream or whatever. Just showing you how you can make this really pretty. Put a whipped cream on it. And that came from that. It's kind of cool, huh? And you can add, I don't know about chocolate. I have a chocolate syrup if it's just showing you really quickly how all of this that's lit to a $30 machine. Hope this comes out good. Hate clumpy stuff. See?
It's so pretty.
That! And I put this over there. Well, I'll just show you. That. Can you see the top of it?
Yes,
with
ma'am.
this machine. Boom! Booyah! Booyah! $13! That's cool, huh?
I think that's awesome.
All of that with this. And that's the same thing I do with the really higher
I was gonna say
high-end machines. And the taste is really well. Even though I let my espresso sit for a second or two, espresso is one of these unique types of, the way the espresso is pretty unique. It doesn't you don't typically leave it just sitting for a while. It starts breaking down. Down. And so it's just one of those type of drinks. That's why those professionals, they get on top of it. They and then how long it
sits.
Yeah, even the brewing of it matters how long of it. They time it for a few seconds. It varies on people's preference. All of that matters, but you can decide that when you work with the machine. I'm just showing you can still get the product. You tweak it however you want to tweak it. I promise you, it's good. It tastes equally as well as some of my other products, my other machines, in my opinion. It's really good.
And it costs less.
That's good. You want to taste it, Lex?
Sure.
I just got something quicker because I couldn't always worry about getting pods for my other machines. So that's why.
It's really good.
And they're good. That's why I came up with.
And I always add
this.
sugar and creamer and stuff to mine.
I do things like this, like I showed them before, to replace just
Gosh, that tastes
sugar.
really good.
Isn't it good? Boom!
Booyah.
Booyah! Oh, so anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. What
Thanks
purse am I
for
carrying?
showing.
Look, I'm carrying the Lexi. I went from the Hayden back to the Lexi today because of the blue jean shirt.
Yay.
And I'm carrying Lexi. So
Thanks
anyway,
for sharing your Mr. Coffee.
I know. Thank you guys.
I see that machine and I just didn't think
I wanted
anything
to
of
show
it.
it because I know I usually show handbags and things as well, you guys. But I wanted to show this because I love my cappuccinos. And I wanted to let you guys know you don't have to be afraid to try to make cappuccinos and things like that. I think this does, I think a latte or whatever. I think, but I know it's espresso, cappuccino. I forgot what else. But on this product, that's crazy. And it's really good.
Yeah.
Just saying. So go get your Mr. Coffee. Thank you guys so much for everything. I'm not being Mr. Coffee. But thank you guys for coming by. I'm trying to hurry up now so we can check on Lexi. Lexi was feeling, she's not feeling too well. But thank you guys for being around. And remember to turn on the
notifications, the bell.
The bell. And what else?
Remember to like.
She's the one feeling dizzy and I'm acting dizzy.
Like, comment,
and subscribe.